Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness, I look a little washed out today, but you know what? It's a new day. It's Monday. I'm so happy to see you all here. And welcome back to Postcards on Mondays. You see that we're a little under construction here. Here's the wall of love, much promised wall of love, and let's see who's here. Well, Diggy Cat, what as I live and breathe. How's it going there? How's it going? Let's get some reverb on the voice, shall we? Let me know if it's too much. If you have any comments about the sound, just pop it in the comments. Pop it in the comments. Well, I had an absolutely fabulous time last night doing whoops, I'm going to get this down because we're going to talk about that later. Oh my goodness, I'm a little behind the curve this morning. I'm behind the curve. What year is it? Oh, it's 2022. What do you know? What do you know? I can't even find this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't even know where this... Okay, anyway. Hide current banner. There we go. Thank you. Jenny Van West from the Postcard Studio. It's always 70 and sunny here, and today is no different. It is really cold, and it was very windy last night, and tomorrow is supposed to be absolutely frigid. So if you want to know the details, go over to AccuWeather or Wonderground or something like that, wherever you like to get your news about the weather. I should have a weather report on this show every single time. But that's another piece of writing that I need to do. And today... I've got a song for you. Let's do it. In the key of A. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time. You don't need a reason, you don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to P.O. Box 1252. Just write a postcard. 04098. Just write a postcard to Westbrook, Maine. 'Cause Grandma loves this show. Well, all right. Well, good morning. And, golly gosh, Ned, I got to sharpen my pigtails here. Because we have a big show for you. I have tons of stuff to get through. We got tons of mail, including some mail from you, Diggy Cat, which I'm going to be reading at 11:30 at Mail Call. And you might notice there's a little bit different thing going on here. So this is the Wall of Love. We used to have the Wall of Fame across the room. But guess what? After sitting in my corner for an entire year plus, I decided I needed to move. And so we're in the process of doing what I had said I would do, which is putting all the postcards on this wall. So if you're listening now and you've never sent us a postcard, think about it. You can write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. Your postcard will be read on the mail, and you're going to get to hear that at 11:30 today. If you've never heard Mail Call, that's what's going to be happening. And so we're going to warm this up. I know it feels kind of different. It's a new year, new thing, kind of, we're going to have to move some guitars over here. We actually used to have a piano right here that was on loan we had it for 5 years. We had a beautiful upright piano, black, gorgeous, nice piano that was on loan. We were keeping it for the Portland Conservatory of Music. They had a new deal with Steinway, so they had some pianos they needed to rehome for temporarily. So we were the absolutely lucky recipients of a piano for 5 years. So we have a little space here now that is going to eventually be taken up again by a piano. But right now, it's the Wall of Love. So anyway, just send us a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. And let's see who else is here. Whoa, yeah, love me some piano. Yeah, I know. I know. It's very cold. How's the weather out there, Diggy? I'm guessing it's a little warmer than here. So let's see. Last night, I'm gonna dial in a song here. What do I want to play? What do I want to play this morning? Last night I had an absolutely fabulous time having a online gig with my son Baxter Van West. It is on YouTube and Facebook for eternity if you want to check it out. We had a wonderful time, and it went really well. It was the most. I've never had a guest in the Postcard Studio. It was the first time I set up that, and I don't have quite enough of everything, but we pulled it off, and it was really, the sound came out great. I'm really proud of that. So anyway, if you're looking for something to listen to tonight, just dial it in and put it up on the screen. Put it on your headphones. Baxter's a wonderful player, and he had a lot of great stuff to talk about, along with playing beautiful music. So anyway, as I love to do here, oh, look at that. Let's turn the guitar on. I'm thinking I'm going to just dig into a song I actually didn't play last night. I had a funny experience. I lost my set list right before the show. We were supposed to be down at Blue, but I, after a lot of agonizing, decided to just go online from home. So, that's the way it goes sometimes during Omicron. So I'm going to give this one a whack. Well, I got $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loves me very much. He got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. And leaving Kansas City on my mind. I got home late last night from a party on the hill. When I went to flip that light switch, I hadn't paid the bill. So I called up my friend Kitty to see if she was in. The operator said, no, Kitty, she's in the bathtub drinking gin. I got $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loved me just a little too much. He got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. To borrow, beg, or steal, I went down to the bank to help my poor friend Kitty, 'cause she's sitting in the tank. A man there said, now darling, your collateral's not so hot. I reached into my pocket and I showed him what I got. I got $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loves me just a little too much. He got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. So when I'm feeling blue and I want a real good time, I head for Kansas City, 'cause he loves me all the time. Haven't paid a light bill, we'll be dancing by the moon. Kitty's great, but she's gotta wait till we'll be there real soon. With our $27 and a golden diamond watch from a pretty boy in Kansas City. He says he loves me just a little too much. He got the snakeskin boots and we're in cahoots and we're running out of time. Leaving Kansas City on my mind. Yeah, we're leaving Kansas City on my mind. As my son Baxter would say, play a little 7 chord at the end there. Route 7 is kind of a campy way to end a song. I used to do that every time just to make us laugh. So anyway, we had a really fabulous time last night. I already mentioned that, and just so glad to have the opportunity to share music with people. I stayed up very late last night, so if I look a little tired, that could be why. I stayed up very late last night, creating some materials and doing some stuff. I made a new little banner for our Facebook and YouTube last night. Excuse me. With a piece of art I made while my leg was busted this summer. I had some great time making drawings while I had a head injury and so forth. Really small head injury, but enough to make it so I couldn't look at a screen. So I had to do some drawing and play some music and just let that stuff heal up, and it did. Sure enough. So as I stayed up late last night creating a new banner for our YouTube and Facebook. It's a new year. I stayed up and just made sure we had a little wall. This I made this morning. It was just like gussing up the place, getting our new vibe going, figuring out what needs to happen back here. So if you have any ideas about cool ways that we could. I mean, I have some ideas of my own, so I may end up like painting a mural on here or something, and then putting all the postcards all over. I don't know. I get all kinds of ideas. So, anyway, it's time for a letter from Grandma. It is 11:11, and it's almost 11:15, so I'm just going to roll with that. We got a letter from Grandma, and we have a ton of mail to read at 11:30, and that's coming up. So let's see who's here. Who's here? Good morning, Emily Hansen. Well, I'm going to read one of the postcards that we got, okay? Because, and the rest are going to be read at 11:30, because I do want to read this letter from Grandma. It's kind of long. We have a lot of stuff to do today. We have deals and steals, too. Oh, wait a second. 11:15 is supposed to be deals and steals. Okay, I'm like, I am off my game. Can you believe this? It's deals and steals time. So we'll read all the mail, including this tasty letter from Grandma, with the special hat and everything at 11:30. Okay, I'm totally like backwards and forwards here today. And, not sure I'm still in bed. Well, when you get up and go outside, I bet it's warmer than it is here, Dickie. And thanks, I appreciate that very much. Very, very much. All right, so deals and steals. All right, so excuse my discombobulation. I actually had such a fabulous time last night. Like I said, I stayed up late. I slept in a little bit so that I wouldn't be totally groggy for you guys or for myself. But when I went to the post office yesterday, it was just an absolute joy to see a full mailbox. Thank you. Thank you all for making that happen. And of course, we have the wonderful circulars from, okay, so we're going to start with Shaw's, all right? And Shaw's is a wonderful local chain. I am not sponsored by them or anything, so, but I will say that the Shaw's, the Westbrook Shaw's that's down the hill from my house, has the best greens department in the city. That's my opinion. Best organic greens. They have a wide variety. They have kale, they have collards, they have dandelion greens, and occasionally some other things. And somebody there takes great care to make sure that they're properly hydrated and they look absolutely gorgeous and fresh. Thank you, Shaw's, for doing that. So go buy some greens at Shaw's. But let's see what we got for steals and deals. 90 plus sellers Prosecco or Head Snapper Prosecco. Wow, I don't drink alcohol, so like a Head Snapper sounds like a lot. $8.99. Barefoot Bubbly Sparkling Wine, 750 ml. Select varieties, $8.99. Michelob Ultra 24 packs, $16.99. Okay, so that's not, just so you know. I don't know what the prices are for this thing. Okay, here's a good one. Avocados or mangoes, or why don't you get both? 5 for $5. That's at Shaw's. Okay, that's a good one. All right, here we go. So we've got Hannaford's. This is where I often do some grocery shopping. Hannaford's. It's where all the musicians shop, right? Shaw's, Hannaford's. That's where we go. Let's take a look here. Oh, premium saltine crackers. Nabisco premium saltine crackers. $3.19 for a big giant box of those. Okay, that's pretty good. Larabars, those are pretty good. Oh, there's a kind of cereal now. 21 to 23 ounces Larabar cereal, $6.99. That sounds kind of expensive. I'm just going to be honest about that. I don't have a lot of time to make my own granola or anything like that, but, that does seem kind of expensive. It's a lot cheaper to make it yourself. Okay. Sorry, Larabar. I love your bars. Larabars are awesome. Maybe they'll sponsor us someday and I'll get a whole box of coconut ones. Just saying. All right. 6-pack Coke, $3.29. Or Betty Crocker Super Moist Cake Mix, $1 at Hannaford's. $1. Okay? I'm going to stop there. Cake mix for $1? All right, that's at Hannaford's. I got to go there tonight. All right. Market Basket. Broccoli crowns, $1.29 a pound. I've never bought produce at Market Basket. I'm not crazy about the place unless I'm looking for a serious deal or like one of their generic things, like let's go get some Advil kind of situations. But if you're trying to pinch some pennies, this place is awesome. Fresh mozzarella ball for $1.99, half a pound for $1.99. That's a good price. Winter Creek chicken wings, ready to cook, $13.99 for a 4-pound bag. You can feed everybody. Okay. We like to get our chicken wings when we're feeling like we need to celebrate a little bit. We like to get our chicken wings up at Ellesmere Barbecue, which is up the hill from us. And they have a Korean-style barbecue chicken wing that is very, very good. I don't know how authentically Korean it is, but I would love to hear from some Korean friends and see what they think. Anyway, There's your steals and deals for the week, people. Hope you're feeling happy. Okay, 11:16. I think it's time for another song. What do you say? Let's do a song. Oh, and 11. Let's see. All right, and I got so many things to fit in today, so I'm so glad you guys are here. All right, so let's do this. What are we gonna play next? I played a bunch of songs last night. I think I'm gonna try this one. I'm trying to dial this one. I'm playing with the arrangement, as I've been talking about last year. Yes, it was last year. Let's see, Anna, so today I learned I can immediately recycle the circulars that I get in the mail and just tune in here. Oh, yes, you can. Every Monday, Anna. Great to have you here. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Hey, I had a friend in high school named Keith Alter. Are you related to him? He was a brilliant mathematician, physicist type of guy. Very nice person. So anyway, have good associations with your last name, Anna. All right. So, I'm a fan of mixing up your tunings a little bit. If you're a guitar player and you've never cross-tuned your guitar, I recommend you start, not with the one I'm doing, but just start by dropping the D and then experimenting with how to play in the key of D with a drop D. You take your snark tuner or whatever, drop this down to a D, or just simply make it match by ear. That's not anyway. It'll sound something like that. I'm playing in a drop C, but mix it up a little bit. It's a new year. Try something. What's the worst that could happen, challenge yourself. And I don't mean challenge yourself like you're not doing enough. You are doing enough. Especially Diggy Cat, who's still in bed. Anyway, but I like this one. This is a good one for playing shapes, chord shapes. One thing that I love to encourage people to, if you're going to play in cross tunings or you're going to use a capo, think about chord shapes. These are paradigms that can be moved around with the help of a capo or some imagination. Let's see what we got here. Da-ba-de-doo-da, da-ba-de-doo-da. So this song I've played on here before, I think. It's one of my steadies that's going to be on my next album. And actually, I apologize. I'm going to ba-ba-da-ba-ba-do-ba. There's the sound I'm looking for. You said goodbye, there was no rift, just a shutting down and corresponding drift into another place and time. There was no rhyme, only a reason. Never meant me harm, that much is true, but I never thought it all came down to you. Another place and time, there'd be both rhyme and a reason. And oh, we've come so far, perhaps it's written in the stars. And every time I look, another word is in the book of our lives. All the way the anchor to another port, another shore, another day, another current on the sea, another sense of what is you and what is me. And all the ways you held me through, another door, another hallway endlessly, another lock without a key, another sense of what is you and what is me. Oh, 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 never thought it all came down to you. In another place and time, there'd be both rhyme and a reason. And freedom is a right given at birth and taken by the gravity of earth. Though the world looks blue and green, nothing is exactly as it seems. So, let me tilt this down a little bit so next time you can see the guitar. So, let's see. I have something I want to bring up, which is I now have a Postcards birthday planner, okay? So, a while back, I think Diggy and Emily, you were here. Good morning, Emily. If you didn't hear me earlier, cheers. I got this in the mail from a company called Modern Postcard, who I would sincerely love to have sponsor me someday. I'm going to ask them about that. I have a rep there. Let me talk to them. But I got this beautiful planner, and it has in it actually kind of a forever planner like this, where I can list people's birthdays. So a while back, we had a birthday discussion, and some people threw their birthdays in the comments, and I had nothing to collect it in. So I want to start celebrating people's birthdays. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it by the week or the month or whatever. Probably both. I'm not sure yet. But I would love to collect people's birthdays in here. You don't have to send me the year. You can pretend that you're 30. I don't care. But I would love to put, the first one I put in there was my mom. Mom is on January 20th, and my dad, who's on March the 20th. And so, and then I got to get my family in there, and I would love to include you, and we'll read it on the show. Okay? So if you'd like to be included in the birthday planner, just send me your birthday again, okay? I appreciate it. If you already sent it to me once, I apologize that I haven't, wasn't able to collect it. But look at that. Isn't that just stunning? Isn't that a great way to start 2022? You can have your birthday in the Postcards birthday planner. So I'm going to say during the show, you can just pop it. Oh, May 25th, 1650. Okay, yeah, I think that's probably stretching it, Diggy. Let's get you in here. May 25th. Diggy Cat. Okay, you're in. All right, and Emily, February 5th. That's right. Thank you, my dear. All right, February 5th. And anybody else who's listening in, if you're listening later, that's okay too. Just pop it in the comments. Or even better, send me a postcard. P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. But I'm going to be collecting, I think what I'm going to start to do is just collect birthdays during Monday shows. Okay, we'll be talking about birthdays, and I'll be collecting birthdays on Mondays. So February 5th is M. Hansen. Awesome sauce. Okay, so that is very exciting, and I'll be reminding you guys about that. I'm going to be keeping it in my little drawer here where I keep my cards and blue tape and all the necessary items that could be possibly being used. Let's see, who else is in here? Someone else send me a birthday. Penny Joe is February 10th. Sweet. That's good to know. Penny Joe of Tex Chromosome. We got you, girl. We got you. February 10th. And I love that, I have to say, I love that Emily Hansen and Penny Joe Polis have birthdays that are so close together, because y'all are like peas in a pod, you know? You have similar bents in life, supporting artists, you know? So both wonderful organizers, and both working hard on a celebration that's going to be happening March 18th, March 19th, down at South by Southwest. There's a wonderful event that they're putting together. It's going to be at Peace House Farm, just outside the center of Austin. Still in Austin, Texas, though, and really, really, that's going to be a stellar event. I'm going to be doing postcards from there. So Emily and Penny Joe will be celebrating your birthdays in February. All right, so let's see what we got going on here. Aquarians, yes, there we go. Celebrate. Okay. Oh, yes. And let's not forget about this, very important. We will be celebrating Emily on the 30th of January with Around the Sun Virtual Fest, and the pre-show on Postcards is going to be January 27th. And we'll be mentioning that again. Thank you for the reminder, Emily, to put that in here. Emily, right around her birthday, loves to do, I should say that, loves to do a virtual fest, and she is really fabulous at it. So Magnolia Roads, go follow them on Facebook, and you'll be able to keep in touch about that virtual festival. It's coming up. Baxter, my son, who was on the show last night, on my second Sunday show, and then and I'll be in that. And there's just I'm honored to be a part of a tremendous slate roster of artists that are on her virtual shows. So, anywho, well, guess what? We have time for one song before it's mail call. Okay, so let's do a little song here, shall we? All right, and I feel like playing this one because even though, one of my I got to tune again, so just say a little prayer for my E string. If you're getting nervous, listen to that. Just take a deep breath because it's probably gonna be fine. I broke an E string last night when I was just tuning my. I have a wonderful little guitar I'll bring on the show that joined the family over the holidays. I had an opportunity to. I'm a fan of Guild guitars, and especially the new ones. The Westerly collection is outstanding. They're made at their luthieries in China. They're very, very good. I have one that's been my main axe for a number of years, and I took to Europe, etc. But I got a chance to buy just by a happenstance from a friend of mine, Dick Lasivita down in Attleboro, Mass. Hi, Dick, if you're listening in. Thanks again for everything. But I got a chance to buy a 1973 F20, which is a smaller guitar. It's shaped. It's almost the shape is. I think it was measured and modeled after. These totally fantastic Martins, single-aught Martins. So it's got a single-aught kind of a shape, if you're familiar with that. It's called an F20. They're not exceptionally expensive. Guilds are often overlooked. I'm just going to say that because, they have a different sound than Martins. Martins kind of the classic sound, or Gibson's. It was a particular kind of classic sound that Gibson has. But a Guild has its own sound, and I do so love it. They have built some excellent guitars, so I'm a huge fan. Anyway, I broke a string on it last night. That's a long-winded way of saying let's play another song before. So I'm going to play a shorty because it's almost 11:30. Here we go. Everybody sing along. Or dance, or pet your cat. I got my old sweetheart back in my arms again, and that good Mr. Bluebird is working his charms again, and Lady Luck, she's taking her sweet old turn. We got happiness to burn. So don't ever go, don't ever be a fool again. I got my heart on my sleeve, and it's dedicated to you. Keep the fire warm until that moment I return. We'll have happiness to burn. Happiness to burn. On the day you left, my skies turned gray. Then the sun came out and the teardrops dried. When you decided to stay, I got my old sweetheart back in my arms again. And that good Mr. Bluebird is working his charms again. And Lady Luck, she's taking her sweet old turn. We got happiness to burn. Keep the fire warm until that moment I return. you'll have happiness, happiness to burn. Brought to you by Powder Milk Biscuits. All right. I do love playing that song. I like to write songs that I like to play because guess who has to listen to them every single time? Me. All right, I want to just check in with you, Anna. Says, I asked about a classmate of mine, Keith Alter, and I know she had a similar last name. Exactly the same, in fact. Not that I know of, but that's great. I've only ever met 2 other people with my last name that weren't related to me. I'm so glad that I could tune in for a bit before doing some work things. It's been a few months, so glad you're still going strong. Jenny, thank you, Anna. I really appreciate it. Great to see you here. Let's keep in touch, all right? Glad you could stop by. I appreciate you making the time. So, it's time to read the mail. And like I said, we have a whole lot. You're going to love this. Okay. So, first of all, I want to read we're actually going to save the letter from Grandma for last. Let's see. Let's see here. Okay, so there's that. We got some questions for Grandma sent in by a alert listener, and so she wrote back. Okay, so we're looking for that. Okay, so look at this. Season's greetings with love, Jackknife Stiletto. Now these chicks are really fabulous. I was on their show a little while ago, and they're going to be on my show in the not too distant future. They are rockers from New York City. Long Island area, and we would like to wish you a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Festivus, and a Happy New Year. Love the ladies of Jackknife Stiletto. Thank you, girls. I appreciate it. P.S. Share your postcard online using hashtag JSPostcard for a chance to win a special holiday package. Jackknife Stiletto. They have the cutest little logo I've ever seen. This cute little chick with the fishnet stockings. Jackknife Stiletto. Check them out, all right? And yes, if I can get my act together, I'm totally entering your thing. Speaking of, right quick, speaking of things you can win, all right? Down on the ticker in the bottom, there's a little message about a fundraiser I've been working on, which is to create a 6-guitar loaner library for the classes I teach, free guitar classes, community guitar classes to recent immigrants and their families. It's a wonderful way to connect and help people find a way to practice English, and it's been going strong for a number of years, and I have a fabulous time doing it. Now I'm part of the Maine Academy of Modern Music. They're a nonprofit. They've been incredibly supportive of me and the work that I do. So if you want to be a part of that, I would really appreciate it. I got to pay off my layaway in the next couple of days. All the information's right in the ticker in the bottom. So moving right along, we have a love. This came from the Van West family, but I'm going to share it anyway because it's super cute. It's a little holiday card that a friend sent. And it's not a postcard, and it was addressed to the Van West family, so I'm not reading it on the air. Okay, there we go. Lovely little thank you, Emily, for that. All right, look at this. Lovely Los Angeles, California. I love this Los Angeles postcard. That is a really cool one. This is straight from Diggy Cat. Thank you so much for sending it. Lucky Star Radio and Buff Cup Records. We're going to have you on the show next week. Actually, no, I think you're on the 20th on my mom's birthday. We get into that at the end of the show. We'll be reading the schedule. Happy Catmas and a happy New Year. Thank you for your important contributions to the music community. You rock. Great laughs, great fun. Much love, always, Diggy Cat. Thank you, Diggy, for the support and the kind words. Again, love this picture postcard from Los Angeles, sunny Los Angeles, California. I do so love that city. All right. Thank you, dearie. I just want to show this is another one from a friend. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but a lovely little Christmas card that was in there from some friends of mine out west, Chris Hansen and Peter Hurd. Thank you very, very much for the lovely Christmas card. I enjoy reading your letter and hearing what's going on. Glad you're doing great. This right here came from Ken Waldman, Anchorage, Alaska. Ken is a very old friend of mine. We have known each other since the 90s, and some of you might have met him at Folk Alliance or other places. He has been on heavily touring for about 20 years with his fiddle and his poems. He goes into schools. He's a tall, bearded dude with glasses who drives to Hell and Gone every single year and writes poems like there's no tomorrow. That's how, I think it was through poetry that we met, actually, when I was working in publishing. That's when we became friends, and we had the fiddling in common as well. So I wanted to, he sent me a parcel of poetry postcards. And if you want to get in touch with Ken Waldman, go to kenwaldman.com and check him out. Okay. You can get on his list, and you might get you never know, you might get a postcard in the mail. All right. And we had a chance to have a reunion this last year. So Ken, if you're listening from Salt Lake City, which is I know where you are right now, sending you lots of love. I'm sorry your trip to New York got canceled, but that's what we have the interwebs for. So anyway, sending you lots of love out there in Salt Lake. I bet it's absolutely gorgeous in Salt Lake City right now. So, and hilariously, it's from Anchorage, Alaska. It is postmarked Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I heard from him yesterday, and he's actually in Salt Lake. So here you go. This is a poem by Ken Waldman. It's called Pandemic, 21 Months. Who'd ever have thought we'd still be in this? December 2021? Restart? On hold? Suspended again? The worst part is the uncertainty, which kills business. As an anti-vax friend says, it's been senseless isolation, how we've been kept apart for nothing. But a painter says her art has blossomed. She's in vaccinated bliss with seemingly endless hours to shape colors and dreams. Her little studio, one day spaceship, one day yacht. The escape we all yearn, to not get sick and go do our jobs with enough cash to last the year. My take? I work with words that beat back fear. Ken Waldman, thank you so much for sending me this parcel of postcards. I'll be looking forward to reading them. And he's one of the longtime postcard writers, one of the steady and true postcard writers. And I thank you, Ken. You're a real inspiration to me, a lot of other people. He's incredibly prolific. He's written a ton of books, and you can check him out at kenwaldman.com. Okay, it's the moment we've all been waiting for. So it's time to don the hat. Let's see. Off comes this hat, and on comes the hat from Grandma. Okay, here's my crazy little hat from Grandma. From North Moldova. If you don't know about Grandma's a real person. She lives in North Moldova, which is an island off the coast of Finland. You can look it up on the interwebs and see if you can find it. I've never actually been able to find that on a map, but I know it's real because she sends me letters. All right, so this is the postcard that I got in the mail yesterday. This beautiful little postcard. I love, love, love it. In fact, it makes me think of some of my ancestors were railroad people, and there was a time when the family lived in one of these on the railroad. That was my grandfather's family. All right, so this one's from Emily Hansen. Right to Grandma. Dear Grandma, a couple questions. This is written the day before Christmas. Hot chocolate? Question marks. Marshmallows or whipped cream? Do you use sheep's milk for whipped cream? How do you keep your Tootsies warm during cold North Moldova winters? M. Hansen, Magnolia Roads, Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay. All right. So here's the letter from Grandma. This came in, let's see. I got this yesterday. She wrote it New Year's Day, 2022. Dear grandchildren, Happy New Year. With the cold here on North Moldova, I am wearing mittens without fingers as I type this. Hence, I may make mistakes with margins, etc. It is a little bit of a messy letter, I have to say. I received the questions from your listener. Hot chocolate. Yes, but we are limited to small amounts we can bring with other needed items from the mainland. You may not know this, but much of the world's chocolate comes from Cote d'Ivoire. Apparently Grandma is kind of woke. How about that? Where farmers live in extreme poverty and are rarely properly compensated for their crops. So, whenever we as a community have a good year, we celebrate with a purchase of fair trade cacao. I encourage your listeners to do the same. So Grandma's telling us fair trade cacao is the way to go. Put the nix on child slavery, etc. All right. Thanks, Grandma. Sheep's milk for hot cocoa. Yes, we do, but sheep's milk, while delicious, is better for making cheese. Marshmallows are a special treat we sometimes enjoy on the mainland. The kids love it. Sheep's milk whipped cream tastes like, and she put a blank. So I've never heard Grandma swear, and we are PG-11, so I appreciate her discretion with not including whatever she was about to say. Sheep's milk whipped cream tastes like we make butter, which is more useful, stable, and keeps for a long time in the North Moldovan winters. While the winters are indeed remarkably harsh by general world standards, my ancestors spent time in Astoria, Oregon, where it rarely snowed. Rained, though. I also have ancestors from Astoria who are from Finland. We spend the winters tending our sheep in their underground barns, spinning and knitting. We wear hand-knit socks with sheepskin boots and are plenty warm. Not Uggs, by the way. Those sheep have spent days at sea before processing. That's true, actually. Thank you, Grandma, for thinking about people and animals, and you know, she's a good egg, this Grandma. All well here. Must rush to post before 2 p.m. mailboat leaves. Thank you, reader, for your questions, and much love to all, Grandma. P.S. Apologies for all the errors. Typing quickly with mittens is near impossible. G. P.P.S. Fresh yarn spun in the grease and washed on a peat fire. She sent me this beautiful hank of yarn. And up on North Moldavia, they have this little breed called Jacob. They brought him over, I think, from another place to North Moldavia. But Jacobs are a very hardy heritage breed, and this is she spun it in the grease right off the fleece, and then they boiled it on the in a pot on a peat fire to get the grease out, and then you have this nice, fluffy, incredibly soft yarn. That's what this is made of. So anyway, there's all the mail, people. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? And it looks like we might have, I'm going to switch back my hats here. Thank you all so much for all the wonderful mail. It really is, it's just so great to be able to read all the mail. Oh, let's see. We've got a bunch of comments here. Jackknife, stiletto. Yes, they do rock. They totally do. Yay, the Dear Jane chick. You know what? Sometimes your jokes go right over my head, Diggy, so maybe you can explain. I don't know. Maybe I said that. Let's see. Rory Kelly's always looking for new poetry for Poetry Corner on Monday Night Muses. Oh, that's a cool idea. Actually, Ken Waldman and Rory would probably really hit it off. That's a great idea. I'll mention it to him. He'd probably love to do that, especially because he's doing a whole bunch of stuff online right now. He's parts of several. He's, like I said, world traveler, but he's stuck in Salt Lake for a minute while everything's online. Oh my God, I should send you my railroad song. Sure thing. Do it. And hearts from Emily. Thank you so much. All right. So we got a couple minutes before we're starting to read the schedule. Let's do another song here, shall we? All right. What do I feel like playing? I feel like playing this one. I feel like playing this one. Oops, I think I just lost the power on my pedal board. Hang on a second. I've had this little problem with the plug going to the power supply. I think I've got it. I might have to move the power supply on my pedal board. I'm sorry if that's boring to you. Does that sound boring? But anyway, when you've got a pedal board that you rely on, I've got my tuner down there. I should just tell you what I have. I should show you a picture of it sometime. Today I've got a tuner, a compressor, which I like to use sometimes for doing live shows on the air. Even if I'm using a... there we go. And then I've got a Strymon tape echo, which I've been using today. And then I've got my my Strymon reverb running off the board. So anyway, there's the nerdy details for you guys. This is a newer one. It's going to be on my next album. I buried my heart in too many places, leaving no trace or treasure map to find my way home. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot and I'm thinking of you. And there's nothing to do. And home is a many splendored thing, and I wear its wedding ring as I walk this weary world. But the heart holds too many secrets, and only God knows what they are or where they lay. You crossed a desert all alone, and the mountains and the valleys were not kind. Look up, you said, and see the rising sun. This life has just begun, and I'm spending it with you. So take care of my heart. It's in many pieces, and only God knows what they are and where they lay. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot, and I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. So take care of my heart. It's in many pieces, but like a starfish, it's growing new arms, and they're all hugging you. X marks the spot, I'm colder than hot, and I'm thinking of you, and there's nothing to do. Wow, I came up with some really interesting chord changes for the bridge there. I'll have to go back and listen to that and see if I want to keep those, because I think I got lost. Well, you know what? Oh, hey, Grandma didn't answer marshmallow. I'm not sure I understand your question. I did answer the question about marshmallows. They do marshmallows when they go to the mainland. They don't bring them back because it's a bit of a hike. It's like an 85-mile open ocean kind of a crossing to get to North Moldova. So yeah, they get marshmallows on the mainland. Marshmallows on the mainland. That sounds like a fiddle tune name. All right, so we're getting into, let's see if I've got all my cue cards lined up. Boy, I sure did make a mess of things last night. I lost my set list. Everything was organized, and then I lost my set list. And of course, like now I'm looking around. I've got steals and deals here. I've got this thing there. Well, goodness gracious me! All right, so we're gonna pull up the screen here. All right, so let's talk about what's coming up on Thursdays. So here's the deal. Winter season. It's going to be similar to what we've just been doing in the fall, which is a Monday and a Thursday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So Mondays are going to be Whatnot and Steals and Deals and Reading the Mail and Grandma Letters, etc. with yours truly and songs with yours truly. Usual fun hangout. And then Thursdays, we're going to be bringing in guests from around the place. So if you're just new to Postcards, welcome to Postcards. Do write to us, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. And here's what you got to look forward to. And here's, you can listen to the show and write a postcard to somebody. Send a postcard to your mom or your brother, and just say, I love you, or just say, hey, I was thinking about you, or send them a one-liner that's some inside joke. Put it on a postcard. They'll probably laugh. All right. So we had a great time with Kenny Raskin last week. He's if you go back January 6th, we had a wonderful time with him. And then coming up on Thursday is Gus Rodriguez. He's a good friend of mine and many people down in New York City. He books talent for a place called the LIC Bar. He also sometimes books for Rockwood. He's a singer and a guitarist and a community builder through music. I absolutely love this guy. He's the first person with the help of my friend Carol Thomas who brought me to New York. Just a fun person. Love him to bits, as do so many people. So Gus Rodriguez, looking forward to having you on Thursday, this Thursday the 13th. Next week, January 20th is a Thursday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be here with Buff Cup Records. That is Diggy Cat, Ayla, Lucky, and Rory are going to be on the show. It's going to be a hoot and a holler. Rory's got a live stream Monday Night Muses, which is just a blast. She is a fantastic singer and songwriter. Ayla, Lucky, and the whole Vuff Cup Records crew is going to be on January 20th. I'm going to be getting to know their music a little bit, and we're going to be talking about stuff and things. And I'm really looking forward to that. So January 27th is also a Thursday. These are all Thursdays, okay? January 27th, Magnolia Roads. We got a crew from Magnolia Roads coming in to help promote and get the word out about the Round the Sun Again virtual festival, which is happening January 30th. I will be in that. My son Baxter Van West is going to be in that, and there's an absolutely fabulous slate of musicians that's going to be a part of that show. So January 27th, Magnolia Roads, right here on Postcards. And then looking into February 3rd, we're going to have the new dynamo of a dynamic duo, Side Pony. Alice Walls and Caitlin Cannon are going to be on Postcards. I am less familiar with Caitlin. I've met Alice a number of times. They are an absolutely stellar duo. that is moving out into this time and recording and touring, and just can't wait to check in with Side Pony. So Side Pony, February 3rd. All right, so that's the updates. Let's see if I can find you guys again. Here we go. Oh, there you are. Rory Kelly, Ayla Faye, and Lucky Lamont are so excited for the 20th. Yes, that's going to be a blast. Oh, and Diggy's going to be on Monday Night News. This was Rory. Okay, sweet. I'm going to catch that if I can. Sometimes I can't get there because I usually have a kind of a little family dinner kind of thing that happens on Mondays. But I'm not sure if we're doing that tonight, because guess who didn't make it to the grocery store? Guess who needs to bring her circular over to the grocery store and get some shopping done? That would be me. So, well. Let's see. We got time for another song. Oh, and if you're just joining us and you didn't hear this earlier, I do want to call attention to my new Postcards birthday planner, okay? It's a 2022 planner that I got from a company called Modern Postcard that does absolutely beautiful work. They've printed postcards for me a number of times over the last 25 years. And it's got these wonderful, like, non-year specific pages in it. So I've been putting people's birthdays in there. So please do leave your birthday in the comments. If you're listening to this after the show and you're not here when it's live, I might not see your comment. So please do tag me in your comment. Okay. Better yet, get my full attention by writing me a postcard. P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine, 04098. This is my way of keeping in touch with the world these days, along with the interwebs. And I absolutely love getting postcards, and say thanks again for all the folks who sent me stuff. I actually do have a package here that I didn't open that's going to be on next week's show. It's big. It looks like an LP. Okay. So we're going to be checking that out. So if you sent me a package with with LPs in it, we're going to be opening that next week. Okay. Just so you know. So tune in next week on Monday, because we definitely have mail for next Monday. All right. So let's see what we got here. What do I feel like playing? I feel like playing this one. I was playing in drop C earlier and talking about drop D, but I do want to encourage you. Oh, shoot again. You know what? I completely forgot something. We have another new thing on Mondays, all right? And that is a postcard topic prompt, okay? And this week, let me see if I've got this. This week, okay. So basically what I'm going to be doing on Mondays is, at the end of the show, I'm going to give you a topic for writing postcards to kind of, you don't have to write about that, but you can, okay? And I'm going to have a topic every week. You can pick an old topic. You can pick a new topic. You don't have to be in sync with anybody. We're not going to all collect a whole bunch of things on the same topic, although that would be cool. If maybe one day my intern Greta gets her act together and she gets all the postcards up on our Facebook page, then maybe we can start organizing them. But here's the topic. All right. This is a new topic. So sharpen your pencils, people. I'm about to announce it. This week's writing topic. All right. Dreams, goals, resolutions. Okay. And the questions that I have for you are, what are your thoughts on these topics? A couple things that happened over the holidays was, there was a great comment that was made by one of my offspring, my eldest, Charles, said, I think we should make resolutions in the spring when we have energy, because a lot of people are trying to exercise more or lose weight or, do something related to their health. But in the dead of winter, you don't feel motivated, right? As much as you do when the spring happens. So I had a corollary thought, which why don't I take a couple of months, take January and February and maybe part of March to reflect and think about things before trying to make some kind of resolutions. Because a resolution is really a powerful kind of a thing. I mean, it says, I am vowing to myself that I'm going to do this. And maybe it's possible to like back up a step and think about what am I really trying to get? I'm trying to get some happiness, and then when I start thinking about that, then I think about, well, is it really an internal goal? I want to feel good. I want to feel happy. I want to feel connected to other people. So this is where my reflection leads me. So dreams, goals, resolutions. What are your feelings about these things? How do you like to think about them? You could send me specific ones. If you're really into resolutions, send me one on a postcard, P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine. So there is your there is your address and there is your topic. And I hope to hear from you guys on dreams, goals, resolutions. And I'll put it up on the Facebook page too. Again, if Greta gets her act together, we will have it up on the Facebook page and make sure that the writing prompt's out there. Okay. So, all right. Well, listen, you know what? I think we've made it to 11:57, which means there's just enough time to sing the postcard song. And I really have enjoyed hanging out with you guys this morning. I love you all. Grateful to have you here. I want to give a shout out to my family members. Jeff Van West, who is upstairs right now because he was at a big he was at a bit of a dinner on Friday night for work, and I had to miss out on that because I had some things coming up that I just couldn't be around people. And so anyway, he's upstairs right now and he's doing fine, but I want to say shout out to Jeff. Father-in-law, Jim Van West, my dad, Jack Pettit, my aunt, Marge, in Charlotte, North Carolina, Peter Van West in Providence, Rhode Island. And let's see, who else did I forget who's always listening in after the fact? Anyway, you know who you are. Send me a postcard. P.O. Box 1252, Westbrook, Maine 04098. It's in the song I'm about to sing. Love you. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. Wow. But tune your guitar first. When you're down and you're blue and you don't know what to do, just write a postcard. When you're feeling fine and there's something on your mind, just write a postcard. Don't you know Grandma loves this show? She listens every time. You don't need a reason, you don't need a rhyme to write a postcard to P.O. Box 1252. Just write a postcard. 04098. Just write a postcard to Westbrook, Maine, 'cause Grandma loves this show. All right, guys, I'll see you on Thursday.